Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tech. Good to see you guys again, and I'm here with another Doogee phone. This time the S88 series has a new upgrade to that crazy badass phone that I reviewed, the S88 Pro. We now have the S88 Plus, and this should be the same type of crazy tank-like build quality of that Iron Man type phone, but now with upgraded internals, including a Helio P70 on board and 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage standard. So is that badass phone, the S88 Pro, even better now with this S88 Plus? Check links in the description for where you can pick up this upgraded version, and let's go ahead and unbox this bad boy. Lifting the lid, here we go. And I always like these Doogee larger size boxes, S88 series, Real Explorer rugged phone with LED lights and super battery. And there we see the phone underneath, but let's have a look at what's inside. We have the user manual, and looks like we get an extra screen protector as well, warranty card, and a thank you note from Doogee, very nice. And we also have this is the SIM ejector tool for this phone. Let's see what else we got here. We got USB-C to 3.5mm headphone jack, and we have this very nice little lanyard, little wrist strap that you'll use with this phone. It's a pretty heavy beast, so this is definitely the kind of accessory you want to see with this type of rugged phone. And we have a very nice USB-A to USB-C charging cable, and we have another one of these Doogee fast chargers, fast charging 3.0, and here's the S88 Plus itself, and oh my gosh, I forgot how big the S88 Pro was. And it was a beast of a device. And here again with its successor, the S88 Plus, with 8 128GB. Yep, I believe you, Doogee. I don't know if you have to put that sticker on your phones all the time. And there it is, the S88 Plus with the same tank-like build quality of the S88 Pro. That thing was just a complete beast of a phone, and this one is no different. And there's those breathing eyes of 3 colors. Freaky, man, freaky. Doogee, powered by Android. And we do get a screen protector on this phone, and once again here we are with this beast of a phone, and of course with these very stock like Android interface. Look at that, we already have the Google Discover cards on the side. That's something I always appreciate with Doogee's phones. And guys, this device apparently retails for £199. Considering what you're getting for this phone, Helio P70 on board, you have the upgraded RAM from 6 to 8 gigs, you have a still 10,000 milliampere beefy battery, one of the largest battery packs of any phone that I've ever tested, a triple camera Samsung camera setup here with a 48 megapixel main camera, 8 megapixel ultra wide, and 8 megapixel portrait. But most importantly, guys, this Doogee S88 Plus has all of those features that you appreciate from a rugged Doogee phone. So mil standard 810G, IP68, 69K water resistance, and this phone should take a beating. And seriously guys, if you've ever wanted a phone with creepy red eyes on the back, this is the phone for you. Breathing light eyes, this truly is another badass phone. But stay tuned, of course, for my full review after a couple days of use of this S88 Plus. We're going to go intense with this phone, and of course, I think it's time for another ice test of this rugged beast. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so I'm back after a couple days of using this Doogee S88 Plus, and oh boy, have I put this phone through the ringer. It has gone through some extreme situations. We'll get to that in a second. But in terms of the design, the display of this device, it is pretty much the same as the Doogee S88 Pro, which means it's a thick beast, well over 300 grams, and you're gonna just keep that in mind when you're purchasing this phone. You do get, though, a 10,000 milliampere battery with this phone, and as you can see here, I have not had to charge it since that first unboxing video, and we're still at 50% battery. This phone will easily last anywhere from 5 to 7 days, maybe more. And the one thing I have appreciated is the increased performance from the Helio P70. Now, it's not like a flagship performer in any way. Around 177,000. That's pretty mid-range to lower mid-range. It's not going to blow you away, but the extra RAM and the light skin on this phone just makes it generally very easy to use. And watching content on this device, you see, is a pretty decent experience. Yes, there's a notch here in the middle, but overall, guys, I think for a rugged phone, you have a pretty decent experience with this large LCD display. But now let's do it, guys, and let me share my findings of the most extreme ice test that I've ever done on a phone, the Doogee S88 Plus. But does this phone manage to survive the most extreme ice and drop test that I've ever done here on Frankie Tech? Let's have a look. Charge in. So there you go, guys. And full disclosure, this is actually being recorded after I've completed this incredible ice and drop test, and the phone is still working, which is amazing. However, we do have a few issues going on right now with this device, and you can hear just from the YouTube playback that the speakers are completely waterlogged right now, and so it'll probably take some time before they completely evaporate and we get full functionality back to these speakers. But the bigger issue, guys, has to do with the cameras. And on the front camera, you don't notice it, but now we go to the back, and what do you see? We do have some humidity, some water that has gotten into the cameras here on this phone. There's a little bit of condensation. It's not so bad on the main camera sensor, but on the ultra wide and the portrait cameras, it is very much still wet. Now, this begs the question, will this condensation eventually go away? I'm not 100% certain, but this phone was sitting in water and then ice, and then I dropped it onto pure concrete, not once, but twice. And the fact that this device still turns on and is working is incredible, but I will have to wait and see how the cameras fare, because right now, guys, if I go into the camera app, it doesn't even register a camera, which is a bit of a disappointment. So guys, back with a camera update, 90 minutes, we can now get into the camera and we can actually take photos again. The camera is working once again, guys. Now I have noticed a little bit of kind of fogginess still, but the good news is the camera app is back up and running, and we'll continue to see if the condensation eventually goes away from the cameras on this Doogee S88 Plus. But let's face it, guys, this Doogee S88 Plus still earns its mark, I think, as one of the toughest, most badass devices you can buy. And considering how much I've just tortured it, I think if you're using this and you get it occasionally wet, or if you drop it down a flight of stairs, this phone will survive and it will continue to function, and this truly still is a badass phone. Check links in the description, but thanks once again to Doogee for sending this one out. But hit me up in the comments. What are your thoughts on the Doogee S88 Plus? And what did you think also of my most extreme ice and drop test? I don't think I've ever done anything so crazy to a phone before, but the fact that this thing is still charging and still working is kind of a mini miracle. But hit me up in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. And that's it for this video. If you liked it, give me that thumbs up. And if you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for future updates. Stay tuned, guys, for more great content, and I'll see if I do a follow-up with this S88 Plus in a week or so. So that's it, and this is where I leave you by saying, this is Frankie Tech, signing off. Have a good one. Too bad. But you know what? Considering what type of phone this is, I don't think you're going to miss the cameras too much.